You are now listening to the Flurry podcast hosted by Marquise Rawls. Due to the lack of boxing events that is going on because of the coronavirus, I have resorted to discussing rumors and chatter amongst some of the boxers of the sport. First is Kell Brook, the highly technical UK warrior who was a stepping stone for Errol Spence to increase his stock in boxing, claims he can defeat Terence Bud Crawford, the number one pound-for-pound boxer, depending on how much you like Lomachenko. An argument for if he can really beat Crawford is more so based on Crawford's path to becoming the dynamic switch-hitting meme machine he is. The champions he took down are Victor Postol, Thierry Jean, Jeff Horn, Ricky Burns, and Julius Ndongo. Then if you also consider his fight with Gamboa, his recent bout against Velasquez, and possibly the biggest name on his resume, Amir Khan, Crawford has really a good resume, but none of those fighters really had a chance to truly contest him and had the it factor to win against such a elite type of fighter. And those are all opponents that I believe Kell Brook can defeat. But the number one question that I must know, and everyone must know, is whether Kell Brook is still in his prime. At 33 years of age, his best years, it just might have passed him. I haven't seen his latest fight since his return, so I can't determine whether he is or isn't still primed. But his fans who have seen it, you can conclude that for me by leaving a comment. And if it is in fact that Kell Brook is still in his prime, he for sure will take Crawford closer to the fire than he's ever been. And it will be a spectacle witnessing Crawford meet the UK warrior in the ring. Comparing some of the attributes of both fighters, first we'll discuss speed. Both do have some good hand speed. Both land quick enough, not giving their opponents enough time to duck or dodge any good shots. But Crawford does seem to get his punches to land just slightly quicker, and exactly when they need to land. I'll give 1 point to Crawford on that one. Next is power. Kell Brook is a naturally bigger man, but Crawford has a slightly higher KO percentage than him. That can be due to the quality of foes, but I don't want to dive that far into it. So Crawford wins in power. Then there's IQ. Kell Brook is very smart and tactical in the ring, but Crawford, my goodness, Terence Crawford, he's just on another level when it comes to ring IQ. That's why he's ranked number one by ESPN. Duh. The way he dodges and switches, he spaces out, moves around the ring, and picks his shots. He clearly wins in the IQ battle. Next, heart and will. I will say Terence Crawford hasn't really been in any major trouble to showcase a championship heart. He did show a slight peak of it by recovering from a knockdown in his latest fight against Velasquez. And it was a legit knockdown even though the ref didn't call it. Kell Brook did face Triple G going as long as he can before his corner waved the towel. He didn't give up himself. And against Errol Spence, he did take a knee preventing himself from any more damage to the eye, but he did stick out as long as he can, going further than the doctors would have liked. So Kell Brook, I'll give him the heart and will attribute. Now the very last attribute is chin. Who has the tougher, more solid chin to take a haymaker punch? I haven't seen Crawford badly hurt to the point of being KO'd. And Crawford has never officially been knocked down in his professional career. His chin seems like a solid 9 out of 10 to me. Kell Brook, he went down to Errol Spence, who is a hard puncher, but I don't think his power is anything spectacular or nothing out of this world. And we all know Triple G's monstrous power back then. So Kell Brook's chin, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10, giving Crawford the advantage in chin as well. I conclude that Crawford will win, but not without a war happening. If gone the distance, I will say Crawford will win it 7 rounds to 5. Possibly 8 rounds to 4 with a couple swing rounds. Or he could win by TKO. This is boxing, by the way, and you know anything can happen. And this is a great fight while we wait for the Crawford and Spence fight to happen, which I'm still waiting on. I'm counting down the days. You were just listening to the Flurry podcast hosted by Marquise Rawls. Stay tuned for the next episode, or go back and listen to the previous episodes if you haven't done so.